Another thing we should talk about is this. You find this if you're buying cars and you're buying and selling cars, you will encounter this a lot. And I've had one experience with this, but I didn't buy the car from the auctions. Remember, there's a certain guy that I told you about in the previous videos that he deals with E90s, and I remember I had a debate with somebody in the comment section. Somebody was saying that E90s were terrible, and I said I agree, but there's a person that I know who specializes with E90s, and this guy that I'm telling you about had similar problems with these twice. So you see this thing over here, it works more like an insurance policy. You see, with an insurance policy, during the underwriting process, they ask you questions like who's going to be driving the car, who's the owner of the car, and then when the underwriting process is done, the insurance contract includes every single person that should be covered by that particular policy in case something happens to the car and the insurer has to pay. The same thing happens with this. When this spiritual thing was taking place, it was only covering the particular person that was owning the car when this was done. So, in most cases, maybe there are certain practices that people have to do in order for them to, still be covered under this, the terms of the protection that comes with this. Now, when you go and buy the car, you need to understand that you do not know about the spiritual side of things. That's why you find certain people, like when you buy a car, you find that that particular car just gives you problems. It just has problems after problems. Why? Because you cannot exclude the spiritual side of business, especially when you are dealing with cars, because people take cars to certain places in the name of protecting those particular cars. So you can't exclude the spiritual aspect of things when you are dealing with this kind of business. So these kind of things, they normally come with problems, because spiritual problems, that is, because now the owner is no longer there, and in most cases those particular cars will give the person who inherits the property. Like when you inherit the car through the medium of purchase, you normally inherit the spiritual side of things, and that's one of the things that you need to consider. That's why certain people say, when I buy my car, I first pray for it, or the people like do the spiritual practices which they believe in order for them to cleanse the cars and all of that, because they're avoiding